Hello students, you are welcome to the day 5 of our 7 days summer mathematics adventure. Now today we are going to be diving into another aspect of logarithms, right? So let's quickly look at the problem we have here, example 14. Now you have to find y in terms of x. Find y in terms of x. So we have 5 log y base a minus 2 log x plus 4 base a and 2 log y base a plus log x base a. Now, before we solve this, please share this video with your friends and let them know that the class has started. All right. So now let us look at what we have here. Now, the first thing we are going to do is to apply this law of logarithm. X log m equals to log of m raised to the power of x. And this is the law we are going to be applying. Now, we apply it on this, and this, right? So, now, this equation turns to logarithm of y base a raised to the power of 5, this, minus logarithm of x plus 4 raised to the power of 2 base a equals to logarithm of y raised to the power of 2, right, base a plus logarithm of x is a. All right, so that's the first step. Now the next step now is to apply this law for this first one, right? Log m minus log n equals to log m over n, right? And this second one, we are going to be applying this law, log m plus log n equals to log m times n. Okay, you get that? All right. Now, so we have log m raised to the power of 5 divided by x plus 4 raised to the power of 2. Okay. Now, base a equals to log of, now this will be multiplying each other. So we have y raised to the power of 2 times x base a. All right. You can see the base here is the same thing as the base here. So then we can equate the numbers. All right. So this will be equals to this. So we have y raised to the power of 5 over x plus 4 raised to the power of 2 is equals to y square x. Okay, you get that? All right, so this is equals to this. Now, the next thing we do here is we divide both sides by y square, right? When you divide both sides by y square, you have y raised to the power of 5 over y square x plus 4 raised to the power of 2 equals to y square x divided by y square. Okay, here, now when you divide this by this, so we have y raised to the power of 3 divided by x plus 4 equals to, now this cancels this. So you have x over 1. Now the next thing is to cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you have y raised to the power of 3 equals to x times x plus 4. All right. Now don't forget, we are looking for y. So you make y to be the subject of the formula. So what's the next thing to do? You take cube root of both sides. So y will be cube root of x plus 4. Now, this is going to be the answer to this problem. Hope you get that. Now let's move to the next example. Example 15. Solve log x minus 8 base 10 equals to 1 minus log x plus 1 base 10. Now, how do we do this? Now, the first thing, now I'll move this logarithm here. I'll collect the like terms. So this equation turns to log of x minus 8 base 10 plus log of x plus 1 base 10 equals to 1. All right, you know, when this comes here, the sign changes to plus. All right, now the next thing is to join this together. So we are going to be making use of this law, right? I guess we are familiar with that. So now this turns to log of x minus 8 times x plus 1 base 10 equals to 1. All right. So now, what's the next thing to do? Now, the next thing is to change this logarithmic equation to indicial equation. Okay, so when you turn it to indicial equation, this base comes here. So you have x minus 8 times x plus 1 equals to 10 raised to the power of 1. All right? Do you know when this one comes here? So this is going to be the base, 10 will be the base, and we have the power as 1. All right? So now let's expand this. So x will multiply everything here, and 8 will multiply everything here. So now let's do that. X times x, we have x squared. X times 1, we have x. Minus 8 times x, that's minus 8x. Minus 8 times 1, that is minus 8 equals to 10. Right? Now, you can join this together. So we have x squared minus 7x. X minus 8x is minus 7x minus 8 minus 10 equals to 0. All right, so we have x squared minus 7x. Now this is going to give you minus 18 equals to 0. All right, so now, so what's the next thing to do now? This is a quadratic equation. So we need to solve this quadratic equation. X squared minus 9x plus 2x minus 18 equals to 0. All right, so now from here, you factor out x. So what's common? X is common, so we have x minus 9. When you divide this one by x, you have x. Divide this by x, you have minus 9. So the common factor here is 2. All right, when you divide this by 2, you have x. Divide this by 2, you have minus 9 equals to 0. So the common factor here is x minus 9, x plus 2 equals to 0. All right, so now we have two numbers multiplying each other, and the result is 0. So it's either this is 0 or this is 0. So you see that x minus 9 equals to 0, or x plus 2 equals to 0. All right, so now we have x equals to 9 or x equals to 2. And these are the answers to this problem. All right, so as you are watching, don't forget to share this video with your friends. I want you to drop your thoughts, your impression about the class. Now, let's move to the next example. Example 16. Solve log x minus 3 base 2 plus log x base 2 equals to 2. Now, what are we going to do here? Look at the left-hand side. We are going to be making use of this law. Log m plus log n equals to log m times n. All right, this is the m and this is the n. So we have log of x minus 3 times x base 2 is equals to 2. All right, so now this logarithmic equation, so we change it to indicial equation. So now these two comes here, the base comes here, right? So now we have x minus 3 times x equals to 2 raised to the power of 2. You get that? We have changed this logarithmic equation to indicial equation. Alright, so from here you can expand this. So x times x, we have x squared. X times minus 3, you have minus 3x equals to 4. Alright, so you move this one here, you have x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. So we solve this quadratic equation. Now you have the sum to be minus 3 and then you have the product to be minus 4. So you just look for two numbers such that when you multiply together, you have minus 4. When you add together, you have minus 3. I told you the other time, so just look for all factors of the products. All right. So now the numbers will be what? Minus 4 plus 1. Minus 4 plus 1. When you say minus 4 times 1, you have minus 4. And when you add minus 4 and 1 together, you have minus 3. Okay, so now this equation turns to x squared minus 4x plus x minus 4 equals to 0. All right, when you look at this is the same thing as minus 3x. Okay, so now look for the common factor. The common factor is x. So you have x minus 4. When you divide this by x, you have this. Divide this by x, you have minus 4. So what's the common factor here? That's 1. You have x minus 4 equals to 0. All right. Now, the common factor here is x minus 4. So you are left with x plus 1 equals to 0. So now x minus 4 equals to 0 or x plus 1 equals to 0. Hope you are getting that. So x minus 4 equals to 0, x plus 1 equals to 0. So we have x equals to 4 or x equals to minus 1. So now this is going to be the answer to the problem. All right. So now let's move to the next example, example 17. Example 17. If 2 raised to the power of 2x minus 3y equals to 32 and then log x base y equals to 2, find x and y. Now, the first equation we have here, we have 2 raised to the power of 2x minus 3y equals to 32. All right. Now, you express 32 in index form. 32 in index form is 2 raised to the power of 5. So, you have 2 raised to the power of 2x minus 3y equals to 2 raised to the power of 5. Now you can see that the base here is the same thing as the base here. So we can equate the powers. So we have 2x minus 3y equals to 5. We call this equation 1. Now let's look at the second one. Log x base y equals to 2. Log x base y equals to 2. This is a logarithmic equation. So you change it to indicial equation. So the base comes here. So you have x equals to y raised to the power of 2. This is equation 2. Now, so we are going to solve these two equations simultaneously. Now, you insert equation 2 into equation 1. So, insert equation 2 into 1. All right. So, wherever we see x now, we put y raised to the power of 2. So, we have 2x. X is y raised to the power of 2. You can see that minus 3y equals to 5. So we have 2y squared minus 3y minus 5 equals to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. So we need to solve this quadratic equation. So the sum is minus 3, product is minus 10. 2 times minus 5, that is the product. All right. The sum is minus 2. I want to believe you are familiar with solving quadratic equation. All right. Now, Look for two numbers such that when you multiply together, you have minus 10, and when you add together, you have minus 3. What are the two numbers? The two numbers are what? Minus 5 and plus 2. So minus 5 times 2, you have minus 10. So minus 5 plus 2, you have minus 3. So now this equation turns to 2y squared minus 5y plus 2y minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, so what's the common factor here? Y. So you factor out y, you have 2y minus 5. The common factor here is 1. You have 2y minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, now you factor out the common number here. So what is common? We have 2y minus 5 is common. So I have 2y minus 5, and you are left with y and plus 1. So y plus 1 equals to 0. So you have 2y minus 5 equals to 0, or y plus 1 equals to 0. Do you get that? Now, when you are multiplying two numbers and the result is 0, so it's either 1, the first one is 0, or the second is 0. All right, so you have 2y equals to 5. When this one crosses equality sign, the sign changes. So, or y equals to what? Minus 1. So y equals to 5 over 2, or y equals to minus 1. All right, these are the values of y. So now let's get the corresponding value of x. Look at the equation 2. Now x equals to y squared. So now when y equals to 5 over 2, so what is going to be the value of x? All right, so x will be what? Y squared. So that's going to be 5 raised to the power of 2. So 5 over 2 raised to the power of 2. So x will be what? 25 over 4. Okay, so now you can simplify this further, right? So that is going to give you 6 whole number 1 over 4. All right, now when y equals to minus 1, the second value of y, so what is going to be x? So x will be y squared. So that's minus 1 squared. So x will be what? Will be 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is going to give you 1. All right. So that is all for today. So I'm going to give you some exercises to try on your own. And let me have the answer in the comments section. Solve log 2x squared plus 5x plus 97 base 10 equals to 2. So now this is the equation. Now solve it and let me have your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.